Welcome to Raymond James Stadium, the big pirate ship in Tampa, Florida. Two teams which have navigated their way through the season and have designs on finishing with a victory in the ReliaQuest Bowl. It's the Cal Golden Bears and the TCU Horned Frogs. Reese Davis along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. We'll hear from Holly Rowe in a bit down on the sideline. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up and get this bowl game underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the TCU Horned Frogs offense will have the football first. And there he is, this senior wide receiver. He's a good route runner, good solid hands, and a big part of this passing attack.
And there was times during the week when we were texting. We have a group text for these games every single week, and we talk about different guys. And this receiver, we were like, is the tape in fast motion? Like, this dude is flying out wide. Like, this is a guy that legit has that take the top off the defense speed, elite speed. Palmer, this is a guy that defenses, and talking to the coaches, they are extremely worried about.
Yeah, the D coordinator in this game told us he just hasn't slept much this week, knowing how fast this guy is and just how he can score any given play. And they've got to do a really good job in this one communicating, understanding where he is, but making sure there is at least one safety playing deep, because you know this guy is going to get his opportunities deep down the field. And Reese, obviously you were talking about this guy earlier, and listen, you don't have to overthink this thing on offense, right? Just get our best playmaker the football as often as we can. And there they do a really good job of pushing it down the field. They find the matchup they wanted, David, and right out of the gate.
And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
And this is going to be the matchup for this defense all game long, containing the QB speed, because he can get out and he can roll. Nice job early in this football game, judging his speed, getting out there, getting the sack, and most importantly, getting a hit on him early in this football game so he can physically feel you, and those hits can start to add up throughout a football game.
The Horned Frogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Off the boot, looking for his man. Tight end finds a soft spot. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. 3rd and long. You bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. Get to have a little fun, go get the quarterback.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Craig. Lets it fly. It's caught. Gets away from one, finds room. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
And, man, if you want to make big plays down the field, that's how it's done. It starts up front with the offensive line, and he had so much time to go through his progressions and then go through it again, man. So much time in the pocket. He delivers the big play down the field. Kudos to that offensive line right there.
Got enough for the first. Wrestled out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 7-yard line, and this offense is more than threatening.
I think one of the hardest places to move the football on the field is right outside that fringe area. Now the offense gets to skip that area because it was a great job by this running back, making something happen, getting the ball all the way down the field, now set up on 1st and goal.
He'll set up to throw. Trying to bull his way in. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll try to blast their way in. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
Well, I know a big question coming into this one was how locked in was this offense going to be early? We've seen offenses throughout the season struggle with rhythm and execution early in games. Not a problem for this offense here. In this game, in this environment, all 11 guys locked in. Great job running, throwing, execution was beautiful, and they're able to cap off the opening drive of the game with a nice run to get on the board for a touchdown.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So it's an 80-yard drive, and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. On the run from inside his own 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. The Golden Bears offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. How will they be able to deal with this lockdown corner on the outside who believes he can take away half the field? From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
That back had nowhere to go. Defensive line ate up the blocks. But how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Throwing, Sangopolitelli. Got his man on the right. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
And this offense is a pretty smart offense, and they're going to use their guys and their weapons all kinds of different ways. And you see it right out the gates in this football game. Getting your running back in space, running the real route, getting him matched up on the matchup you want so you can take advantage. This offense will do this all throughout the game.
Looking to throw on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Thomas. There he goes. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
The Golden Bears will snap it on 1st and 10. The inside handoff. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. We've reached the break, and TCU is holding the lead. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first quarter. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Just feeds the running back. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
From the gun on 3rd down, Sangopolitelli working that left side. Gets away from one. He's got space. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. And the Golden Bears go back to work after moving the chains through the air. From the gun, running back on the move. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They go right back to him. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. A 3rd and long here. They can't pick up the first down without getting the touchdown. Songapolatelli. Oh, they're after him. Has it. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. He'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. Absolutely perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Returner's going to try to see what he can get. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Horned Frogs offense takes the field, ready to get going. Makes the catch. It's small. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
And that's a really nice route by the wide receiver, just understanding I got to win right now. I got to get inside of that guy, and I know I'm going to get contact. You run over the middle of the field on a slant, you're going to get hit. Nice job securing the catch, making the play.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Payne. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Tries to do it himself on the draw. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
And the Horned Frogs line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Pulls and fires complete. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
The throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Payne. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
The linebacker was not fooled at all. He read his keys. He saw the running back release out of the backfield, and he's got some speed and wheels himself to run with him. And yeah, the running back made the catch, but he went right down to the ground. Really nice job that time by the linebacker.
Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
The Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Still looking on the move. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You could tell. Drops back, nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off, get what I can get.
Timeout taken by TCU. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And the Horned Frogs look to do some damage in the red zone. They'll move the tight end. He'll keep it on second down. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Trying to put together a long, time-consuming drive. This 8th play will be 3rd and 2. Here comes the heat. He hits the slide, and he's got enough to convert that 3rd down. TCU calls its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. Got it! And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. To the air, it's Craig. Unleashes to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And as a defense, you just went, whoo, we just dodged a bullet. Not great coverage, an opportunity for them to get a touchdown, and it goes right through his hands. Little bit of lack of concentration, and that cost him 6 points.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. And he will score! Touchdown, TCU!
And that's just a fantastic job of executing the 2-minute type situation by this offense. Something you practice all week long for end of half and end of game. Quarterback, really nice job. Good job by the staff, too, getting the plays in quickly so they could get up to the line of scrimmage and get going. And them scoring that touchdown with seconds to go here in the first half, piling onto their lead, that gives them tremendous confidence heading in at halftime.
Lining up to tack 1 more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. They'll run it. Oh, what a move. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Reese, 2 quarters in the books in the ReliaQuest Bowl. A couple of teams who have battled their way here, looking to bring home some hardware for the trophy case. This offense just continues to find a way to make big plays. No death by 1,000 cuts today. They are consistently gaining chunks of yardage, and it's reflected there on the scoreboard. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the ReliaQuest Bowl.
The Horned Frogs will boot it away to start the second half. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Cal's offense headed out onto the field to start this drive. Jaron Kiave Songopolatelli. A little screen to the running back. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
And man, you gotta love that from your corner. Willing to pull the trigger right away. Obviously, the running back slips out of the backfield. They throw him the football, but he doesn't waste any time. He doesn't hesitate, pulls the trigger, runs at him, makes the nice tackle, and gets the stop.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to pass on second down. Makes the catch. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. Big play, takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Grabbed in the middle, it's strong. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
Well, this guy's not easy to bring down. They just throw him a simple hitch pass, but he's got so many moves out in the open field. You've got to get a lot of hats to the football to get that guy down, prevent him from scoring on big plays.
JKS. That's caught. It's Perry. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively. And right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the first down. They need him to play great in the second half.
Sweet little juke, and he's going to wind up picking up 8.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
They'll move the wide receiver. Right back to the well. He stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this third and short. Tight end now in motion. Sangapolitelli from the gun on third down. Finds his tight end. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chain.
And I like that. Third and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands, make a quick little move, make the completion, get the first down.
This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move. It's 1st and 10. Throwing Sangapolitelli. Got him downfield. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
Well, it looks to me like the offense made some adjustments at halftime. Only 3 points in the first half. But here we go in the first drive of this third quarter. This quarterback looks locked in. Really nice throw there to pick up the first down.
1st and goal and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. Knocked off his feet. Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Cal! After that, there might be a few extra tackling drills in practice this week.
Listen, and when you only got one guy there, it makes it really hard to get to the ground. You need a swarm. Where are my other guys? You got to get 1, 2, 3 more guys to the football to make sure you get them on the ground.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they cut the lead to 14-10. They go 83 yards on the drive, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Using his legs, it's Payne. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. That's the end of the quarter, and TCU has the lead. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. So the final period starts with a second down play. Back to pass, it's Craig. Under fire, and they got him.
That is how you start a drive. Meet the physical challenge on first down. Rush the quarterback, get the sack on second down, and now put him in a 3rd and long situation. Nice job by this defense.
Make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Well, the offense got themselves into trouble. They're back in their own end. It's an obvious passing situation, so the defense is just pinning their ears back, and they're trying to get after him. They could not allow him to escape, step up, get rid of the football. They take a sack very close to the goal line.
And the Horned Frogs will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Hit the sweet spot on that one, and that'll kick you out of trouble. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Here comes the Golden Bear offense, ready to start this drive. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Got enough for the first. Nice move, creates some space. He's into the open down the middle. Touchdown, Cal! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
And this is a running back, guys, that gets better as the game goes on. Here we are late in this one, and he's still breaking off big runs. Impressive, making people miss, showing you the speed. And that touchdown gives his team the lead.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed them for the big play in the running game. 1 snap, 1 touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. And now, after being stymied for this entire second half, they must put a scoring drive together here and answer that last touchdown. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away.
And you could tell he thought he had his receiver down the field to make a big play. But how about the defender? Great job running with the receiver, turning his head, finding the football, knocking it away, and making sure that receiver doesn't get to make the play.
To throw, it's Craig. Looking to the big tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
On third down, he drops to throw. Under fire. Quickly out to the tight end. And he's not going to get the first down. Good stop there.
And I think that completion is as good as a first down, right? Because you've set yourself up now in 4th and inches. Quarterback sneak's going to get it done. You can keep this drive alive.
The Horned Frogs will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Steps into this one and unleashes a booming punt. My goodness. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
Yeah, and a nice job by this defense. This is a critical moment, right? We got to get the football back. They're backed up, thank goodness. Force a punt here, get the football back so we can make some magic here in this 4th quarter.
They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. Sangopolitelli finds his man. It's Perry. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
You know, outbreaking routes can make some play callers nervous, but not this guy. When you have a quarterback that throws it on time and puts it out in front of his receiver like that, as a coordinator and play caller, you can call that route all day.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. They give it to him again. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. So they'll use a timeout here. One more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well.
This is an offense, guys, that really believes in physicality, and that's their identity. So running the ball on 2nd down, no problem for them.
Here comes the option. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession. They'll use a timeout on defense here. That's their final one. The clock stops just once more at the 2-minute mark. The Golden Bears trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Jaron Kiave Sangopolitelli. Catch in the middle. It's strong. And they swarm him under. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. Medical personnel out there checking on this senior defensive back. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Maybe a crease. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. And the Golden Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee.